What's the greatest candy bar? When I hear that question, I think back to a set of commercials that I used to love to watch when I was a kid. It involved two people. One was walking and eating out of a peanut butter jar with a spoon. Great taste, kind of different to eat out of a jar. The other was eating a chocolate bar. Another great taste. And in each commercial, something would happen that would cause them to bump into each other, and you'd hear those famous lines. Hey, you got chocolate in my peanut butter. Hey, you got peanut butter on my chocolate. You probably guessed it. One of my favorite candy bars is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Do you remember the tagline? Two great tastes that taste great together. Well, today I'm going to share two great things that Jesus tells us goes great together. My name is Tim Miller, and I'm a member of Christ Lutheran Church, part of our Aaron Outreach. I'm very excited to share not only information about my favorite candy bar, but I'm excited to share God's Word with you. Jesus was asked one day, what is the greatest commandment? And we hear his answer in Matthew 22, verses 37 to 39. Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. So Jesus, when he was asked that question, just didn't answer one commandment. He said two. In fact, he went on in verse 40 to say, all the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. In other words, these are the greatest commandments, and just like peanut butter and chocolate, they go great together. So these two commandments that God has given us, why did he give them to us? Well, he wants you and me and everyone to know that his priority is to have a relationship with us. And that is why he has said, love him. Loving others too. Is that easy? In fact, our sinful nature would have us do the opposite of loving him and putting him first as a priority in our life. And loving others, while that might seem easy, loving people who are loving to us, in reality, we don't much want to love someone who isn't loving to us. In fact, we actually want to have nothing to do with them. But those commandments go together so well because they start with God. That's right, they start with God because we would have no success at either of those without him first loving us. In fact, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God sent his Son to take our punishment, to redeem us, and to make us new, so we had that ability to show love to him. Without that, we are enemies to God. But with that great sacrifice, with that blood that washed and redeemed us, we are now united with God, made one with God. And that is so awesome of a gift. And then loving others, again, on our own, we would want nothing to do with it. But through God's love, we are able to see people as they are. Yes, sinners, but they are souls created and loved by God. In fact, they are all his children. And when we see it through that lens of faith, man, then those two commandments, love God and love others, are no longer something that we have to do. There's something that we want to do. Motivated by God's love for us, we want to love God and love others. And those two go together so great. So, peanut butter and chocolate go together to make a great candy bar. Loving God and loving others are two commandments that go together so great to help us have a great relationship with God forever. I pray that you are motivated by God's amazing love for you to not only love God, but to love others, even others who don't deserve it. And that comes through grace, which God shows to us every single day.